Forget planes, trains, automobiles. These are the Sims that put the fun in functional. We love Sims here at Logitech G. There's something wonderfully satisfying about running a train to a precise schedule or expertly landing an aircraft using your X56. But not all Sims have to be sensible. Sometimes you just want to slice vegetables with alarming precision or mismanage the morning commute of hundreds of angry passengers. And in this list, we'll be looking at 10 games that are unrealistic in all the right ways. Here are the best fun simulators to play in 2019. The title of this video is Fun Simulation Games, but it's important to note that Otama Chef goes beyond fun if you have a certain type of brain. Pixelated kitchen logistics don't get any more satisfying or moreish than this. Given the chaos of Overcooked, it's easy to see why the robots have moved in and taken over food preparation. With only a conveyor belt ready and waiting to take your food to the hungry masses, you must set up an automated production line that serves up perfect grub. Sure, it starts off simple as you build hot dogs in the assembly machine and feel smug that you managed to actually cook the meat, but suddenly you're faced with the endless complications of a BLT or even a double cheeseburger. Hooking up an order machine to dispensers might seem alien at first, but the joys of Otama Chef quickly become second nature. It gets seriously tricky, but you know what they say, if you can't stand the heat, make the robots go into the kitchen.
There once was a genius human.
Well, isn't 2 Point Hospital the sim that keeps on giving? The latest Pebberley Island DLC means that I can happily include it in this list without sounding too obsessed. After our holiday to the chilly Underlook Hotel, this is a trip to much sunnier climes, but that definitely doesn't mean healthier humans. Anyone who says that vitamin D can cure anything really hasn't seen the patients wandering into your new hospital with a terrible case of blank look. And even then, once you've used the identifier to stamp their face back on, this apparent tropical paradise has a serious solar flare problem, sometimes gets hit by water tornadoes, and has the occasional shower of frogs. Ribbit chaotic, would you say? With even more of the infectious fun of the original and a seemingly endless supply of pun illnesses, 2 Point Hospital's Pebberley Island is a perfect holiday from hell.
Staff are reminded to be good value.
House Flipper is one of those games that turns the drudgery of everyday life into something satisfying. Sure, you could actually go and buy some paint for that room that really needs a revamp, or you could just sit down at your PC and colour in the walls of a complete fictional stranger's nursery. Well, it's a good thing then that now you can tidy their garden as well. House Flipper's new imaginatively titled Garden Flipper DLC delivers more of the satisfying odd jobs of the original, but this time with muddier boots. It turns out that going outside is just as rewarding as looking out at your perfectly manicured lawn in real life, but without any of the grass stains or hay fever that comes with actual gardening. It's time to get your AstroTurf on. Oh, I haven't included any garden puns. This DLC kicks grass? I'll get my coat. Totally Accurate Battle Simulator is a liar. Just like my list of the different ways that games cheat to make you feel better, this is a game that does exactly the opposite of what it says on the tin. And it's all the better for it. It's really more like a puzzler than, say, Total War. I'm saying those words quietly, so Matt doesn't hear. As you decide exactly what type of fighters to pit against certain foes to reign victorious. Whether you're choosing hobbits, scarecrows, or, well, minstrels, each soldier class will eat into your budget and you'll have to weigh up the effects of crows or just plain brute force. And yes, of course, just sending in a mammoth is ludicrous amounts of fun, but there's definitely a joy to be found in zooming in to the closest of bouts, desperately willing your plasticine-style wobbling enemies just to hold out for 1 second longer. You can do it! You can... oh, never mind. I'll be back with a mammoth. Or 6. What with the addition of the new Star Wars section to Disney's theme parks, suddenly we're all thinking of our perfect movie-related roller coasters. Well, Frontier wants to scratch that itch for you with a little classic you might just have heard of. Ghostbusters. Yep, Slimer & Co. have answered Planet Coaster's call for a full Ghostbusters campaign as you create your very own Spectre-packed theme park. With more Stay Puft merchandise than you can shake a bag of marshmallow vomit at, this DLC pack comes with a stack of new themed items, including a vending machine, stalls, and a brand new Ghostbusters dark ride where your guests get to shoot at spectres and zoom through movie scenes. You can even plonk Ecto-1 down as a scenery item and entertain everyone with a Stay Puft man who'll somehow wander and happily wave to people all day without keeling over with sunstroke. Who needs Galaxy's Edge? If I can't have Stardew Valley on every list, I can at least have my time at Portia to make myself feel better. Feel good in every sense of the word, this brightly coloured farming and life sim is a perfect way to lose significant portions of your time to crafting, building, and just generally having a lovely time in a lush, sunny world. Chopping down trees and mining rocks are only a couple of the many pastimes on offer, or you could head into the town of Portia and make friends and play games. Everything feels gentle here, like rocking on a hammock on a sunny day with a nice glass of cold lemonade. There's a reason that this is also on our stress-free games list, as nothing can go too badly wrong that a trip into the mine for some treasure can't fix, or a nice sleep in bed. And breathe. Let's be honest, all games with dinosaurs are fun. Except maybe if you had a real pet velociraptor and it ended up eating your hand during a confusing game of fetch. Asaurus, though, has all of the skipping and joy with none of the blood loss, and you can put hats on your dinosaurs. Yes, hats. Perfectly colourful and cartoony, this Jurassic Park-style sim sees you creating your own unique dino-flavoured zoo. Just like last year's Frontier offering, you need to make sure that you're keeping both your visitors and scaly friends happy at all times. Otherwise, yeah, this happens. Oops. It turns out that, just like us, dinosaurs need alone time, so not only do you need to make sure that they're in the right biome to make them feel at home, but that it has the correct amount of grass to hide in too. Throw in a satisfying digging minigame to unlock more fossils, and the satisfaction of science noises as you research park upgrades, and Parkasaurus is just the right level of challenging sim and feel-good monster zoo. If the joys of Mini Metro have filled your head with dreams of your own underground transport network, then Overcrowd, a commute-em-up, is the next stage in your subterranean domination. Instead of soothing lines though, those train tracks are crisscrossing stations that you very much need to look after. Not only that, but the campaign mode of this early access title randomly generates entire buildable scenarios for you, meaning that you'll need to program which side of the platform that passengers can alight from, and even organise ticket barriers to make sure that everyone's running in the right direction. Keep litter under control and your customers happy, and you'll unlock bonds to make your station an even more pleasant space to travel from. If you wouldn't go to an underground or tube station without an all-important coffee cart, then why should your customers? The colourful, blocky style might make this look innocent, but the two-person dev team have crafted a surprisingly in-depth sim here. Mind the gap, eh? I'll be honest, I'm not a very good cook IRL, but Cooking Simulator makes me feel better about my real-life attempts and a lot worse about my in-game creations. This isn't like Overcooked, where you just have to press the chop button, or Otama Chef, where everything is spat out in perfect lines. Cooking Simulator is all of the chaos of a real kitchen with none of the actual control, or an adult present. Endless lists of ingredients await, everything needs to be chopped and cooked correctly, and your customers would probably like something that doesn't look like it's been scraped off the bottom of a shoe. And one extra handy tip, they probably don't love it when everything is smoked thanks to your kitchen becoming a fiery incinerator. Oops. Calm down, depending on where you're watching this video, marijuana might be perfectly legal. And that's exactly the point. Controversy and confusion are exactly what makes Weedcraft Inc. a fascinating management sim. You're not just growing and selling plants, you're exploring the financial, political and cultural aspects that go along with it. As well as the physical process of cultivating your products, you have to think about how to approach the legal questions surrounding your business, deciding how far you go to bend or break the rules. If you're tired of violating the law, for example, you can do your utmost to change it. It's a complex, interesting subject presented in a vivid, insightful game. Instead of just glamorising recreational drugs, Weedcraft uncovers the tangled roots of bureaucracy, bribery, and greed.
I guess I'm still just an ex-con.
So, that's 10 fun simulation games for when you don't want to take your management time too seriously. Let us know your favourites in the comments below, drop us a like if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe to Logitech G for more top 10 lists just like this one. If you do already subscribe, nice management skills, remember you can hit that notification bell so that you know when our next video lands.